It's not going to fill anything, just like the massive amounts of food never fill your belly. Always hungry. Always physically hungry, always emotionally hungry. Stop trying to fill it with things, living beings that have no choice, who are too small to escape the clutch of your very swollen hand. Hey everybody, welcome back. Well, Chantal has uploaded a video called Bruce Lee Kitten Update, and all I really have to say is this better be good because I just turned off my fan for this to minimize background noise, so it better be good because I'm getting warm. And yes, this is an AI-generated photo. Yes, some of it has been edited of Chantal being arrested in Kuwait with the cats. You got Hero on the right side. You can see his little collar there. Yeah, they're the witnesses saying, this is her, get her. Yep, okay. Well, let's get started.
Hi guys, so I'm here to give you a update on the cat situation. I'm doing a video because I want to insert some video of the cat. So you guys know that we found a kitten in the park. It was by itself. It wasn't with any other kittens. It wasn't, you know, we didn't see a mom anywhere, anything like that. So in haste, I collected the kitten because I felt really bad for it. It was really hot. It was panting. It was severely malnourished.
I get some advice for you right away, okay? Why don't you have some sympathy for yourself and care for yourself? Aren't you really the neglected kitten, Chantal? Is that why you felt so bad for this little cat and why you were so disappointed that it was a male cat? You said through the live stream that this poor cat that basically was abandoned by its mother. You don't know any of that. You were there for, what, half an hour mowing down fried chicken? I don't think you were really aware of your surroundings. You were really focused on your food. So is it about the kitten or is it about your childhood, Chantal?
When I held it, I could feel like rattling in its lungs. So we decided to take it to a vet. The vet looked over the cat. It had, you know, they said, thank God you found the kitten because, or like they said, basically, like it was meant to be that you found the kitten because the kitten would have died if it had not, you know, been seen. They gave it antibiotic pain treatment because it has infections in its lungs and in its nether regions.
Ear mites, fleas, the whole nine, probably heartworm. And the vet pharmacy didn't draw any blood for labs, right? So we don't really know what else the cat has. And as was stated in my chat, feline leukemia is something that's very serious, can only be detected by a lab test, and is easily transmittable. And you are putting Julia at high risk of that because you would have to keep them isolated from each other, and that's impossible. Your negligence, from what I understand from a person who is an animal rescuer, a door is not considered isolation to have between two cats. Again, this is about yourself and how you want to come across to your viewers as if you're some animal savior. And you've been trying to rewrite the history of BBJ, and I'm sorry, but there's enough of us here who know exactly how that happened. And we're not going to allow that to happen, Chantal. We're not going to allow you to rewrite history. You have some enthusiastic beezers really gunning for you. Congratulations. But you know what's going to happen? Their enthusiasm now is going to turn into just as enthusiastic hatred. Isn't that what happens with all of them, Chantal?
So it's just in bad shape. It hasn't eaten since, like, in a while.
Since this morning. You said since this morning. The vet said that the cat probably hadn't eaten since this morning, which means that he could tell that there was food in the cat's belly. Now, I know to you, that's an eternity. 12 hours is an absolute unfathomable eternity. An animal who is passing away isn't going to eat, period.
it was just in really bad shape. So we had it completely looked over, treated. We're given antibiotics to give twice a day. So basically, after getting online, buying all the supplies, I kind of felt like we kind of talked it over, and we felt like, you know, what if it does have a mom? Maybe we should see about the mom. I don't know. Anyways, long story short, we went back to the park, and there is a mom. The mom looks also malnourished and
they're
not in
feral
good
street
condition.
cats, dumbass. Duh.
But I don't know if it is right if we're able to just snatch cats off the streets. You know, I don't know. I'm not in Canada. I'm in a different country.
Yep.
And I have to take that into account.
Yeah, you should, but you don't.
As well. So,
right.
I will insert some videos of us here. We found the mom for the baby, and immediately it started nursing. The cat, the vet said, is 8 weeks, so, you know, it's still nursing on its mom though. So, alhamdulillah, we found the mom. I'm so happy. Here's the videos. All right, so here is the mom. I don't know where she was earlier, but she's reunited with her kitten.
Wow.
So
Look at that.
Yeah, all is well, except that I'm still worried about the health of the kitten and the cat. So
look at that.
Any donation.
I hope you feel like a giant asshole, Chantal, and you're still going to request donations. Is that what you're about to say? You've set this cat back with its mother to be cared for by its mother. You bought medication. What are you going to do? Show up there twice a day and try to find this kitten and try to capture it and administer medications? I doubt it. So what do you need donations for?
Donations that we received, we will still put towards feeding this little family.
Sure,
so if you'd like to still, you know, it'll still be Bruce Lee, our little cat, but it'll just be in the
Look at that, how happy that mother is to see her kitten. Do you feel bad at all about this, Chantal? Did you even go in the car? Or is this Salah? I got to assume this is Salah filming, because why is it in vertical format? You don't film like this. Any YouTuber who's worth their salt doesn't film in vertical. So you didn't even go, did you? You stayed home. Did you order out? Did you order something to eat while you were at home? So Salah brought the kitten back. Mother found it immediately. Obviously missed it very much.
Park. So yeah, we will still come daily to give.
Look at that look the mother is given to him. Like, you asshole. You're lucky I don't call somebody on you, the cat mafia.
To give the antibiotics and everything like that, and take care of the cat and feed the mom.
Oh, it is
give them water. It looks like the cat is still nursing,
You're a bitch.
despite being about 8 weeks, as what the vet said.
Despite. What do you know? What do you know? You're taking Teardrop's advice. Teardrop thinks everything you do is great. I don't know if she's like the ultimate buddy troll or a complete psychopath like you are. One or the other.
Yeah, here's just some really cute footage of the kitten nursing. Now, when we did take the kitten out of the carrier, it didn't want to leave. And then, eventually found the mom. The mom is very cute. And so is the kitten. I can't get over how adorable that is.
Look how hungry the baby is. Look how hungry the kitten is, Chantal. You know hunger, don't you?
Really hope they're going to be okay in the Kuwait heat and, the harsh conditions of being outside. I didn't mean anything nefarious or bad from...
This is going to be a short video, so I'm going to try not to swear. You didn't mean anything nefarious? BS, I'm calling BS on that. You know exactly what you're doing. And I'm wondering what shook you up to the point that you've returned the kitten. What happened?
Doing this, I just wanted the kitten to get checked out and taken care of. And
are you trying to rewrite history right now? So you're just gonna round up all the cats of Kuwait and bring them to the vet and pay thousands of dollars for all the cats to get meds and get healthy again and then return them? I don't think so. That was not your intention. And we know it.
And, I really wish I could save every cat I see. I really do, but that's not the reality. And anytime I do anything like this, we just have good intentions. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's too bad that you have the mentality of a 10-year-old little girl and Salah isn't quite adult enough to be your father, which you said you like him to be, your father figure, to tell you, no, Chantal, no, we can't do that. No, Chantal, say goodbye to the kitten. We're leaving now. And put up with all of your bullshit tears and whining and manipulation. Too bad he's not man enough to do that.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Yep, that's Salah's hand. The mother needs to eat that. Okay, Salah. Jesus. Get the kitten, still nursing, hungry. Poor thing. You stayed home. You stayed home, huh? You're a piece of work, Chantal. You really are. I hope you're zoomed in, Salah, and not right up on the cat like this with your camera, with your phone. I hope you're zoomed in from a distance. These two have zero common sense. Zero.
So we gave the very hungry mom some food and some water. And I think that's honestly the best thing. Maybe the cat will have diseases or something that we don't know about yet. I am kind of worried about Juice. I think, we were a bit impulsive taking the cat. And,
Oh my God.
and I'm not even sure if we're really allowed to do that. So I just don't want to go there.
Oh, I see. I see. So it could be a problem legally that you did that, huh? That's interesting. That's very interesting. So that could have resulted in a big problem for you, huh? So you said, get the cat out of here. Salah, get out of here. Return the cat. Because it was going to affect you negatively, of course. Of course.
I just feel like it has a mom. This is the best thing for now. I do want to say for the very miserable people who...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
didn't you tell me to choke on a dick when I sent you that super chat? Didn't you tell me to choke on a dick, Chantal? A big fat dick or something like that? While wearing hijab. Yeah, I guess I'm one of those nasty people, huh? That actually care about animal welfare and want to keep people like yourself away from animals.
Were just so awful and hateful when we were trying to do something good.
Right. Because it's all about intention, right? Because you're just a little girl and you just love animals. You go to petting zoos and hang off of tails and ears because you just love the animals. Fuck off.
Have the nerve to sit there and claim that I'm an animal abuser.
It's documented. You can say all of this for your new audience. It is documented, Chantal. Documented. You're not going to rewrite history. You did it with BBJ. You did it with the cat that you have there with you right now. You did it with Julia. You didn't put the cone on her. she opened up her stitches. That could have been a very serious infection. And where you don't like to take animals to the vet, that could have killed her. And only when Salak grabbed his balls and manned up a little bit did the cone go on and she got herself healed. Had to put in more stitches because she ripped them out. It's documented, Chantal. All on this cute little channel you have.
Have the nerve to complain when you see cats when I'm out and about. If we're ever out and about and you see a starving cat or you see a dead kitten on the street, you have no right to complain about that, because you complain when you see that and I can't do anything about it. And then when I try to do something nice, you complain.
You don't get it at all. You don't get it. People who are concerned about the animal state of welfare of animals in Kuwait, this is not something personal against you. You need to separate yourself from the country that you don't even belong in. That is nothing personal against you. I've seen awful shit in Egypt as well. It happens. Hungry cats? I know, isn't it awful? And then explain to these beezers or whoever, that feeding them is discouraged, as you were told by someone there who went up to you and talked to you. Feeding is discouraged because you are gathering the cats in one whole area and it's much easier to poison them if they're not all spread out. Explain that. Explain that to them. Grow a spine.
And say you're going to mass report, blah, blah, blah. It's actually really sad. And then you have the nerve to say that I'm the animal abuser.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
For those of you who sent donations to PayPal, I didn't make all kinds of money like people think. Mm-hmm. If you want your money back, let me know. I'll be happy to refund it. Let me know either way if you want it refunded. You can send me a message on there. If you want the money to go towards the cat still, because we have the antibiotics already, the food, and what I'm going to do is...
You're going to go back there twice a day to give that kitten antibiotics? Really?
We have the antibiotics already, the food, and what I'm going to do is go to the park and still give the antibiotics.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because that will give the cat another chance at, more of a chance at life. Mm-hmm. I'm going to...
You set $50 and $100 goals for you to leave the apartment, and still you sometimes don't follow through with that. Does anyone really think that she's going to follow through with twice a day leaving the apartment, going to find this kitten, and giving it an antibiotic twice a day, probably for 10 days? I don't.
I'm going to still do my best to, buy supplies for the cat, like feed the cat, feed the mom, go give them water every day, try to help them in the park directly. That's all I can do right now, you know?
I would recommend, as I said in my live stream, which one of your devoted beezers, I guess, watched, I would suggest finding out if there is a trap, neuter, release program in Kuwait and directly donating to them. In fact, I would just post the information on your community tab. I wouldn't trust you with a dime. Not a dime. And let people donate there directly and correctly, because that's the only thing that's going to fix a feral problem. Trap, neuter, and spay, and then release them back to the colony, and they don't keep reproducing. That's the only way to fix it.
So, yeah. Kuwait has rules in place about, taking cats off the street because of the reason that they could have diseases, all this and that. I get that. I respect it. I wasn't aware.
You respect the Kuwait laws. Oh, okay. That is what this is about. Okay. Wow. Deportation bees, maybe?
Of that. But I don't really have any.
Imagine, Chantal, if you got deported while trying to make it look on your channel that you're a good person. You go to all that trouble to make it appear that you're a good person and you get deported for it. And then your victim story would be, all I was trying to do was help. And, I got deported. I'm homeless now. And then the grift could really begin.
Anything else to say? Those of you who were kind and supportive and, cared about the kitten, thank you so much. But yeah, I did have a mom, so I was wrong about that. So I'm kind of happy that it's back with its mom, but I'm still sad that, it has a mom, but the cat, as the vet said, was like on death's door if we hadn't intervened, So, I mean, the cat was by itself. I don't see any other kittens. I think that might be the only cat in the litter. There was no other kitten.
Do you think she only had one birth, Chantal? Probably not. Probably not. And why are your pupils? They look to be the same size, but this one is higher up in the iris. Like you have more iris underneath your pupil on this eye than you do on this one. Or is that just the filters messing with your eyes? I don't know. Yeah, it probably was not a single birth, Chantal. The other kittens have probably already passed away. And, we don't really want to think about how that happened, but...
Even when we went and looked again around the whole park, there were no other kittens.
Right.
So that must be the only one in the litter.
You're 10 years old. You're really mentally 10 years old. Is that really what you think? What, a stray cat a feral cat having a litter of one? Is that really what you think?
And that or the other ones have passed away. That's very possible. Like I said, we've seen many deceased kittens, and I just find it diabolical that people hate me so bad, and I can never do anything right, that you're willing to wish death on a kitten, like basically, because if we hadn't brought it to the vet, it probably wouldn't have lived. Like, that's what the vet said, and for people saying I don't bring my own.
Nice try. Except a lot of reaction channels and I would say the majority of viewers of reaction channels are pretty intelligent, and we see through this. We see all the way through this. So if you're saying this now, thinking that you're going to change minds, this is really only for the benefit of the teardrops in your audience, because no one buys this shit at all.
My own cat to the vet? Yes, we do. We bring our cats to the vet. Y'all need to stop. It's really crazy. It's really sad.
You know what's really sad? Is that you capture animals to use as props in your videos. And if they don't kiss your ass and snuggle with you 24/7, they're of no use to you. You taunt the cat that you have captured there with you. You insult her daily. You laughed when a vet told you that cats have feelings. You laughed. You laughed at the cats crying because they were so hungry for food. You thought that was funny. That's what's sad. And thinking your life is so empty that you think that filling it with accessories, they're accessories to you, filling it with animals who are basically accessories to you, is going to make it feel fuller. I'm going to tell you right now, it won't. It's not going to fill anything, just like the massive amounts of food never fill your belly. Always hungry, always physically hungry, always emotionally hungry. Stop trying to fill it with things, living beings that have no choice, who are too small to escape the clutch of your very swollen hand.
I can't get over how evil people are. But you know what? Whatever.
Right, whatever.
Stay that way. You're not getting any
Stay mad. Stay mad, Chantal.
of my attention anymore.
Okay.
Cool. So the cat's with the mom. I don't know how to refund super chats.
You don't.
YouTube takes a percentage automatically.
You can't.
So
They'll have to charge back. If you, and that's true, you can't refund super chats. YouTube will not refund super chats. If Chantal wanted to, which I don't think she does, it'd be in a deficit if people do ask for a refund. So the best thing for anyone to do would be to do a chargeback with your credit card company.
I will still use that towards helping these cats out as much as I can.
No, you won't. If anyone believes this, you guys, you Beezers paid for bags of cat food and dog food, and you had to cajole her and pay her extra to actually go down to the beach and feed those animals. So if you're going to send more money for her to go to a second location to feed the cats, which she shouldn't be doing anyway, you're just as delusional as she is.
If you want something else content-wise, with your donated money, just let me know.
Okay.
Otherwise, I don't know.
I would like you. I sent you $2, Chantal. I would like 2 minutes on the treadmill. $1 a minute. Get on the treadmill and tell each person, this is your 2 minutes, this is your 5 minutes, a minute per $1. How about that?
That's all I can say. That's all I can say.
Right.
Okay, so that's it.
All right, then.
See you guys later.
Later. So it does seem that Chantal was possibly at risk of having some legal problems. Oh, interesting. That was the only thing that was going to motivate her to do the right thing. Okay, well, I'm happy the cat is back with its mother. These feral cats, feral dogs, such as I have, yeah, they don't receive health care. They don't receive proper food. They don't receive proper treatment from humans. This is a reality. It sucks. It sucks. But if she wants to adopt a cat, she can contact an organization there who has already spayed or neutered the animal, given it all of its vaccinations. She'll pay a fee, and it will all be said and done for. But she'd rather get the clout and glory of doing it on a live stream in real time, in real life, and watch the super chats roll in. So, all right, everyone, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon.